Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Horler and I'm here with Stephen Gilderdale of Swift. Thank you for joining me, Stephen.
No problem.
Is blockchain just hype, or will it truly disrupt the financial industry?
Well, I certainly don't think it's just hype. I think given the level of financial and intellectual investment being put behind distributed ledger technology, I believe there will be a tangible outcome from all of that work. However, I believe there are also some significant challenges, and these do need to be addressed to have a successful production implementation of blockchain. For example, scalability, resilience, security. In the implementation of permission blockchains, there will need to be an identity management capability, and all of these things need to be done in a standardized and interoperable way. So I believe there is a lot of work to do before we see a production and scalable implementation of distributed ledger technology. I also believe that there is quite a drive to automate currently manual processes, things which are complex today and drive a lot of cost. And therefore, I think that the scrutiny that's been put on today's business models, for example, in trade finance, in reference data applications, or in settlement and reconciliation, will mean that there will be a successful implementation of blockchain at some point in the future. However, the industry is learning fast, and I think they will find the first implementations in the collaborative space where manual processes exist today. I think also they will find solutions to be able to integrate with today's world, which will be very important for years to come, to ensure that the blockchain or distributed ledger implementations are integrated very well in a standardized way with today's systems.
What about open APIs? How will this affect UK banks?
Well, open APIs are all about providing and driving competition, providing access to essential banking data, such as account information, which fintechs and other third parties can use to build new financial services. And I think that this is a tough discussion for all of parties involved. For the consumer, it's a question of data privacy and trust. Will the third party that is accessing my information access only the information that I want them to see? Will they handle and process that information in a secure way? And will I have control of what they do with that information when they do have it? So I think on the consumer side, there are some challenges. For the banks, obviously, there are different challenges. There's a technical point around making these APIs available, but there's also the commercial point around how will banks continue to compete? How will they be able to provide value alongside the new entrants and third parties who are using the banking data which they are providing? And I think they will have to make choices. I think they will have to choose the areas where they feel they can compete strongly going forward. And they will, I imagine, be a lot more collaboration with third parties who are providing very niche, very sophisticated offers to particular segments of customers.
And finally, cybersecurity, a topic on every COO, CIO and even CEO's mind. How can banks stay ahead of the criminals?
Well, I mean, cybersecurity is a challenge which just continues from day to day and increases from day to day. I think there is an evolution in that people are considering this beyond the traditional view of just technology risk, and institutions now are looking at the people, the processes, the culture and mindset within their company, which will enable an effective cyber defense strategy. So I think there's an evolution on cyber security, and an important one. But nevertheless, banks still have to compete, and if they have to compete, that means they need to keep up with their competition, and therefore they need to change and evolve. And change, by its very nature, carries some risk, which will be a difficult balance for banks to strike. They will have to choose where they want to make significant change. They will have to manage that risk well. And at the same time, they will have to invest and strengthen their cyber defenses. I think that those financial institutions that are successful in this space will master the art of balancing the two. They will work out how to manage the risk whilst they make change to be able to compete in the market, and they will keep their cyber defences ahead of the game of the cyber criminals.
Stephen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.